This thing's so slow sometimes.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm gonna get a new computer soon.
yeah. I need to get one too. Mine just broke.
Oh,
I'm
damn.
using a Chromebook now.
Oh, shit.
It's okay. It does the job. So with like Mac, I don't want to get a Mac though because I want to lose all my Steam
Hmm.
games. So I saw they had it, but I don't know. Figure something out.
Okay. We're live. I'm gonna give everyone like another 5 minutes to show up, and then it gives me time to like post links and stuff.
Camera looks foggy.
Yeah, it looks weird.
Pretty cool.
Might just be dirty.
Mom's got-
She is.
I've been playing a lot of chess.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The chess app.
Okay, I played it I use it during COVID a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, I know there's chess on Duolingo now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can learn all the defenses and stuff.
Oh, that's a cool way. So you're like,
I haven't done it. My uncle does. My uncle just retired and he does like Spanish and chess. I'm just doing Italian on there, but I'm like that could be fun.
All right, that's a little bit better.
That sounds fun.
That's terrible.
They have like math on Duolingo. I'm like, damn.
that's cool. I haven't been on Duolingo in a while.
Yeah,
That green bird's very upset with me.
right. Yeah,
Or the
he,
real bird.
he yells at me like all the time. I don't I don't think it's a really good way to learn, which is I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. It's better than nothing.
Yeah,
It's
that's true. It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
I think probably the best way to learn would be like with a tutor,
Mhm.
like that. But I mean, like, who's got like the time or money?
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, I thought about doing like Rosetta Stone from the public library or something, but I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna do my little game in the morning. The little characters.
While we're waiting, does anyone want to like plug anything
Yeah.
coming up? Or I know you got music just came out.
Yeah, so we just put out a new song today called Devastate Me. Yeah, so we recorded that a while back. But yeah, so it's out and we're going to play in Indianapolis tomorrow. And yeah, so that'll be fun.
Awesome. Are you guys cassette stress?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, I'm Leslie from Morning Candle.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah. I recognize.
Great to see
Yeah,
you.
yeah. It's good to see you.
Hi. Good luck in Indy. I used to live there. It's a
Hey.
wonderful place. You'll have fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we're playing at the Mel.
Yeah, Melodian, awesome. They used to have like punk rock night there. I don't know if they still do.
Oh, they still do. No, we play it the couple of times or two of the times we've been up to Indy, we played Punk Rock Night. It's
Nice.
really good. It's really fun event. A lot of people come out for that, and people are like come out and they're ready to go.
Yes.
It's really fun. So yeah. Was that where you grew up or
I'm sorry.
did you grow up in Indy or?
Oh, I grew up in Ohio, but I did live in Indy
Wow.
for a long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, and y'all got I think a single came out yesterday or today.
Yep.
Um, Devastate Me. I love that song.
Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome. Congrats.
Thank you. Good, yeah, good to have that one out. That's kind of like the last. That's sort of the last one of our, original kind of, I don't know, vibe. We've got a lot of new stuff that's a little bit of a different flavor, as Alex could attest. But yeah,
Yeah, y'all are starting to do like a variety of stuff, Like it's really cool.
thanks.
You got some heavier stuff, some more groovy, kind of like 80s dark wave kind of stuff. Yeah.
We're gonna check this out. I like that.
Yeah, they're sick.
Okay.
And speaking of that 80s dark feel, we also have Miss Leslie Benson of Morning Candle here.
Yeah.
Y'all have a show April 8th.
Yeah, April 8th at the Cobra with Jelani Rose and the other LA from here in Nashville. We're also playing MTAC on April 4th. If you like anime, come out and hang out. And then if you go to the East Room at the end of the month, it's April 24th for Fascination Street. We'll be playing with Fei Lu and Stacian as well.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then to my left, we have Logan Dalton.
Not in a band, but I have a couple things to plug. I'm the librarian at the Center for Popular Music at MTSU, and it's kind of been there've been some rumblings across the internet, but we recently acquired all the sound recordings from the Maximum Rock and Roll zine. So last month I had 19,000 steps helping me and my coworkers with that in the archive. So it won't be available for researchers for a while, but it's there and has some programming connected to that. And I'm also in a few weeks, I'm starting my own podcast called CD Changer. Me and Alex, he's from a band called Kid Romantic out of Murfreesboro.
Yeah, Alex Jordan.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a good, yeah. We are
What a small world.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he's done the podcast in the past, but this is kind of like a reboot a little bit. And we were discussing full albums track by track of female artists from the 90s and 2000s. And our first episode will be about Riot by Paramore. So
Oh, very cool.
fellow Middle Tennessee. So.
I haven't seen him in a long time. He's been on here before.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We just record episode Tuesday night, and yeah, we're gonna get up on the socials, and I think he's already teasing stuff. And
Cool.
Yeah. So
excited. Just find y'all on Instagram.
Yeah, it'll be. We haven't gotten the account yet, but it'll be under CD Changer Pod. It'll be on Instagram, and then I think hopefully all the podcatchers, Spotify, Apple, wherever people listen to podcasts in 2026. So
very cool. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's been a lot of fun.
And I guess with no further ado, thanks for everyone for coming to book club. This is the 49th monthly consecutive book club. We were talking about Jack Kerouac's On the Road, published in 1957, recommended to us by Miss Liz Collins, and it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, you've got the library copy. You were saying you got notes and sticky notes.
Yeah, I got this, and I think someone was rolling something on it. Some of the early when they're in like some of the early pages. But yeah, it was like someone underlying key passages and sticky notes, and I don't know. A dude I work with, he's a part-time worker. I think he was a professor for like a beats class, so maybe it was for his class. Who knows? But yeah, it's a fun.
That's awesome. I actually learned about On the Road like 20 years ago when I was in college. That's when I first read it. So it was fun to start rereading it. Full honesty here, I got about halfway through again, but it was interesting to see it from a different perspective this time.
Yeah, similar for me. I first read it right after college when I had been working about 6 months. And it really spoke to me at the time because, you kind of get out of college and then you realize that you have to work the rest of your life and there's no summer break. And, and I was just like, we were kind of stuck in a town that we weren't happy living in. And yeah, it was just like, it really spoke to me and I just wanted to get out and explore a lot of places. And during that time we drove to see a lot of concerts. So yeah, it was really pertinent at the time that I read it. But it's cool coming back and many years later reading it again.
Yeah. It's both very of its era and also kind of timeless. Like they reference a lot of things that like went over my head, but also like the type of story that it is timeless. It's that like following the wind, like youth adventure kind of just careless, reckless abandonment. Yeah. And it has probably my favorite cult leader, Dean Moriarty. Very, very much like in another life, he's like a populist politician. He's like very like smooth talker.
Gavin Newsom type.
Gavin, yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they even talk about that throughout the book. Like I can't remember who it was, but someone's warning our protagonist about him saying he's like a con man and like that he's no good. And you kind of just make your own assessment of this character as you read it. Like, you know what, you make what you want of, your own perspective on it. Very like Great Gatsby in that way.
Mhm.
It's like it's a character. What do you call that? It's about a character, but from an outside point of view.
Oh yeah. Sal was totally Nick Carraway. He's totally like the audience insert
Yeah,
type. Yeah. You project yourself on it.
yeah,
There's a part in the book that describes Dean when we first meet him as the son of a wino, and it describes him as spending his life in a pool hall, jail, and a library.
Yeah. All right.
I feel like I've known that person.
I know, right?
yeah. It's an archetype that like you can like think of like, yeah, that reminds me of someone. Yeah. Um,
Do you like the
he's
character? Do y'all like the character of Dean? Like, does he appeal to you, or do you hate him? I feel like you either come down one way or the other.
Yeah, that's a fair question.
um, it's not someone I would want to spend a lot of time with in real life. I think it's an interesting person to read about. Um, but it's not really someone I would like. I mean, he invites danger everywhere and like just problems everywhere he goes. So he's also bad at forming long-term relationships.
Yeah. Oh my God, man. His I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like when I'm reading it, I'm like, who's he with now? Or are they
Yeah.
like are they legally married? Is this a bigamy situation? It's like which a lot of like Kerouac and Burroughs and all those guys, like they're very and you throw in Ginsberg and all the genders and
Yeah.
like they were definitely very just swapping around.
Yeah. I
Free
think
love.
Dean, for me, reading this again is a very hard character to like, just because he's very misogynistic. It was funny that the first time I read it, I didn't really pick up on it as much. I just saw him as like, he's really into the ladies and he's just like this con man that just travels around. But I read it now and like specific words really bothered me. Like there was this one passage where he's saying, I want to have Mary Lou make breakfast and sweep the floor. And then he calls her a whore, which is like for a woman reading that, I was like very just turned off by that kind of language. But again, when I was younger reading it, it didn't bother me as much. So it's kind of interesting to see that like change in the perspective.
Yeah, and it's very
Yeah.
phobic too. And I didn't remember that from reading it many years ago. And I think that, yeah, attitudes towards that have really shifted in our nation. And, yeah, it changes how you view that now. It seems very dated.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's also like as I was reading it, I was trying to put myself in the perspective of reading this like in the 60s. And it's like this is so rock and roll edgy for that time. Like kind of, you can see how this would be like extremely controversial. It's kind of like people enjoy it, but it's also like promoting lifestyles that I mean are still wild reading it, but like especially then when it's like a culture that's a lot more like has a different relationship with sex and drugs. This was extremely rock and roll type shit, especially back then.
Yeah. I mean, that was one thing that um I found interesting just about it is just this window into, a whole other side of how people were in the 50s. I mean, there's very much the, you know, being the
Norman
age,
Rockwell.
yeah, and being the age that we are. I mean, that stuff is, very, very distant. And it's kind of all is third hand and TV. But I mean, people were, I mean, this is, not that many years after World War II. There was still a lot of, sort of societal trauma and, people trying to figure out what they were doing in the world after that. So it's interesting reading that kind of perspective that of a reaction to the world in a way that people were living at that time that culturally we don't think of that, or I think most people don't when you think of the 50s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love all the descriptions of the jazz music in there. That really spoke to me at the time too, because I when I read it, I was pretty young and I hadn't gone to a lot of concerts, but really enjoyed a lot of the ones that I went to, and some of my favorite ones are the ones that are really just like crazy and unhinged. And I like the description of the jazz then, but that like to me is kind of what you were like counter to what we're told about the 50s and and music of that time where it seems like a lot of it was very civilized and
Yeah.
and yeah, that was cool to like know that there was like a lot of wild stuff during that time as well.
Yeah, it was interesting to see like because one thing I like I'll teach student as part of my job I'll teach students about like music in the 50s and kind of like race records versus hillbilly records and like segregation in the music industry at the time. And you can definitely like it's like the black characters aren't really, well, they're all like always like othered, and it's like something like edgy. And you can even see that now in like pop culture, guys like Jelly Roll, guys like white rappers and stuff will take on these like personas and like steal from black culture to like be cool and get like cred, I guess. And it's interesting seeing that. But also I feel like there is a real genuine connection to the music from Kerouac. He just like it's kind of like a brain download when he's like writing about like the different shows they go to in like New Orleans and even Chicago towards the end.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very misogynistic, xenophobic, kind of like, like I don't, in the way you would expect from a novel in the 50s, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know
for
how
sure.
much it's different than like we just did the Bell Jar recently.
Yeah.
And that was like pretty, like some of that stuff was pretty rough as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's like so racist.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's kind of like upper middle class white girl growing up in like, Massachusetts, which is
Yeah.
one of the like, especially like most racist states. I mean, like, the Boston Celtics were winning championships, but like, Bill Russell, their best player, was getting, racial epithets written in feces like in his house, even after he was
Wow.
bringing championships to the city, like over and over again. And
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Something else I was thinking about too when reading it is like I don't see them being able to do the road trip, just going where the wind takes them type of thing in our current day. It's like not only is that a lot more dangerous now, but also way more expensive.
Mhm.
Like you're not going to get as far. You can't stretch your money like they were doing. Like, I mean, and they barely did it, right? It's like these characters are always broke, like always scraping by.
Especially
And
early on.
yeah,
They get that book published. They're a little richer later.
yeah,
That's why they can make it to Mexico.
right. Yeah. It just seems like kind of an impossible thing to do now. It was like barely possible then. It's like not possible now.
Yeah, I mean, how often do people pick up hitchhikers now? I just, it's very
Yeah.
fun. And then just be able to show up in a city and be like, I need some work. I'm gonna go get this random job and just be able to show up and like and get something that, pays for a little bit, and then you can just, you know, abandon it whenever you feel like it and move on.
Yeah.
And I remember in the book it talks about Sal met up with Terry, who he was having a relationship with after they met on a bus, and they were stopping. They had like no money basically, but I think it cost them like $2 for a motel room one night or something. And wow, prices have changed. But I will say the thing that stuck with me with this book is like with the Beat Generation, those folks had real feelings of like alienation and restlessness and dissatisfaction in their world, which is kind of what we have today still. So that does carry over that message, that feeling of wanting to find new meaning in things. Now, back then, they were doing it by reading each other's writing, reading the poets that I believe it was the French symbolist poetry that inspired them, and they were heavy experimental drug users. So it might be a little bit different than how we do things today, but some of it still kind of is relevant, I think.
for sure. Um, I really just I like the vibe, like just the kind of story that it is. I thought was compelling. There's really no, it's something like Lord of the Rings is like there is a clear objective. Like they're going to Mordor, like they have a mission. This is like so aimless and just wandering,
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I do like that they're like they kind of do like, oh, we're gonna get to this coast and another, and then I'm like reading the end of the book, I'm like, how far are they gonna make it? And they're like, oh, Mexico City. So
Yeah. 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 At the end, they go to Mexico.
yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
yeah, which is interesting because what was it like? Burroughs has that book Queer that was made into a really good film with Daniel Craig, and I'm like, oh man, crossover time, but because in like the Mexico stuff was, I mean, recency bias for sure, but it was just wild. And also, I mean, it was also very like othering, exoticized too.
Yeah.
They just like, I don't know. It's like, but like when you visit, a country that's like so like different, you're definitely like, wow, this is so freaky. Like, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think somebody described this book as like a Dizzy travel log, just the way that they keep going across the country. And I think that is a perfect description. And at one point, I think at the end of like part one, Sal says he's traveled 8,000 miles to get home from the country. And that's just hard for me to imagine these days.
Yeah. That is crazy. That's such a long distance and it is so much driving. You imagine just being in the car that often.
And
It's
like
awful.
switching, and the thing is like they're not like it's not until the very end when they're a little more money legit. Like it's like they're doing car, hitchhike, walk. Like they don't have. I mean, thank goodness Dean has like level 99 carjacking skills, but
Yeah. Yeah.
And they
but
drive
like
continuously. They never
it's
take
like
a
they
break.
have no reliable wheels, because like I think in the what was the first part, it takes them forever to get to Denver because they keep getting like turned around by these
Mm.
different farmers and stuff. And yeah, those guys, that's crazy. Wow. So
Yeah.
And I know,
Yeah.
like in real life, Kerouac traveled for like 7 years on the road. And then he said he, of course, wrote the original manuscript in like a 3 week nonstop burst, basically, like on, what was it, like 120-foot typed manuscript.
yeah. What's his name? Zach Bryan just bought that or
That's
whatever.
true. Yeah, I was going to bring that up. So, country singer, yeah, Zach Bryan just purchased the original typewritten manuscript for. See, I took notes on this because I'm a dork. $12 million. But the good news
Wow.
is it's going to go into a Jack Kerouac museum. So that's awesome.
Good. Good for him. Good for him. Like, way to use his, success for good.
Yeah. Instead of putting it in like a private collection somewhere.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Belongs in a museum.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Very little accountability from our characters as well. Like I feel like they think, let's say like Dean specifically doesn't see himself as like a problem. And maybe he wrestles with that a little bit, but like he thinks he's just like this happy-go-lucky, like call to adventure. I'm not hurting anyone, but it's like, yeah, you are. You're like destroying lives everywhere you go. And not really like, even though it's a journey, like there's not a lot of growth, like character growth. He's pretty like stagnant and stuck in his ways. He even talks about like near the end about he sees himself as being like an old bum when he gets older.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At the very ending, he's just like his dad, which I assume his dad. His
Mm.
name is Dean too. He's a junior.
Yeah, he doesn't he doesn't have any plans for growth. He's like, no, I'm just gonna do this until I die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a manic depressive because he just goes on these like episodes, yeah, for a while and then he can settle down for a minute, but then he's, back on the mania after a while.
Yeah, I thought it was the way they describe like the just word salad, like Jedi mind trick, the way he does with these women too, when he's like making them all these promises and he's like trying to explain something and it's like nothing is making any sense. but he just smooth talks his way in and out of every situation. And it's just like a whirlwind. And before he's gone, by the time you have time to really think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what I read about this book and while reading it, it's like Jack Kerouac. This is like an autobiography, basically, of him and his friends. Of course, the names are changed, but there was a book that I got recently. It's about the women of the Beat Generation, and
It's a
there's
good
a
book.
line in here. It says, "Neil, which is Dean's character, will leave you in the cold anytime it's in his interest." And that was said by Luann, who was his child bride at the time. I believe that is who, which character was that? Mary Lou?
Yeah.
I believe that was Mary Lou. And there's a really cool picture of the woman that inspired Camille in this book. I don't know if you can see that, but she's beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just having been a fan of the Beat Generation and Ginsberg and everybody and Kerouac for so long. It's really cool to read the other books about those writers out there to find out like just all the details about like why they wrote this way and what their lives were like. I think it's really fascinating.
That's cool. Maybe we'll do that at some point. That'd be interesting. Yeah. Yep. It's very like, I don't know, chauvinist is like, put it lightly. Is yeah, that misogyny. We already hit that note. It's
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
yeah.
these guys aren't like progressive at all. Like I mean, at all. Like when I read like Hunter S. Thompson, he has this like kind of gadfly, wants to, push against the forces in society, even though he's just an agent of chaos, freak power. But like with them, they're just vibing. Like they don't like they're apolitical, I guess. And then I haven't read a lot about Kerouac's politics, but I like heard he was like pretty actually conservative in his beliefs, which I can see.
Just out of curiosity, what were some of your favorite parts of the book or some of the favorite things about the writing? And this is for all of you.
Oh, sure. I really like the character of Old Bull Lee a lot, and I think part of it is because I know that like Viggo Mortensen played him in the film, and he's one of my favorite actors. And but just the way he's just this mysterious like figure who like just he's what like Dean wishes he was, like Old Bull Lee. He's such a cool character. I wish we had gotten maybe some time with him before the end, but I mean that's kind of he's a mysterious like who knows where he is, like probably on a railroad somewhere. But I like that a lot.
I like a lot of
Yeah.
I like a lot of the side characters that just kind of show up for a minute. Like there was that one like crazy old guy that he runs into. I think they're on a bus and he's like, "You're going the wrong direction." He was like, "You're trying to tell me where I'm going? Like I've been on these roads for maybe they were walking." But anyway, he runs across this vagrant and that guy just has no idea where he's going. Like I thought he was funny. Yeah, a lot of the like just like points along the way. Oh, I really like the part where he what's our protagonist name?
Sal Paradise.
Yes.
Such a cool character name.
Yeah.
God, like one in a
Speaking of
million.
names, Carlo Marx. It's a hilarious name.
Is he the Ginsburg stand-in? No, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wasn't. I think I read the introduction. And I'm like, then I'm like reading it. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna vibe. I'm not gonna try to,
Yeah.
look at the real stuff behind it.
But I like the part where he like settles down for a minute. He's like staying in a tent with that one woman and her baby. Like I thought that part was really wholesome, where it's just like he's not with Dean and he's just like picking cotton and
Oh yeah.
like just they're just like kind of have like this nice little existence. I thought that was just really pleasant. And that's like this calm in between like what is like the rest of it is just like a storm, you know? And I believe it was circumstance, unlike Dean, who just like he has opportunities at happiness and like families, and then he like just leaves them because he can't sit still. But with Sal, it's like I believe it was like exterior circumstance. I can't remember the specifics, but it was circumstances that he like couldn't stay there anymore. I kind of got the impression that he would have left. I can't remember why it is he left.
There was like tension in the community because he's like a white dude in like a
Oh,
Mexican
right.
community. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of that, like,
Oh, and her husband was coming back
yeah,
too.
husband situation and kid. Yeah, like they just had a tender. Yeah, I love Terry and the
Yeah.
kid, and they just had such a tender relationship, but I knew it wasn't gonna last.
Yeah, that's the other. Yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
it's just like,
it's like, okay, we're like a third way into this book. This is not going to be the rest of the book.
Mhm.
This is not gonna, you know. Yeah.
I feel that. That was one of my favorite parts of the book too. There was a really pretty description that Kerouac wrote about the two of them together on one of the nights they were together, probably the night they were in the tent. But it says it was a wine drinking night, a moony night, and a night to hug your girl and be heaven going. And I just
Aw.
thought things like that, like in this book, the descriptions that Kerouac has are just so beautiful and poetic. And a lot of the beat writers had a lot of that in even their novels, which I thought was pretty cool. But my friends in Cassette Stress, what was your favorite part?
Um, I think for me, I just really like well, first of all, I like it's just overall Kerouac's description of people. I think that really spoke to me, especially when I first read the book, is like Dean goes through, I have to speak a little bit in favor of Dean. I like one thing I admire about him is he goes through and he finds joy in like everyday things and places where other people may not. And and so he's always looking for, something different about somebody that he's meeting. And I really like that about him. And just, yeah, I think the idea of getting kicks, like also we joke about that all the time
Yeah.
still about getting kicks. Like I'm always like chasing something new and a new experience. And so I think I really like that about the book because yeah, it was just cool to read that with other characters who also feel that way. What about you?
Yeah. Um, I was not able to reread it this recently, but back when we were first reading this book, a lot of it really stuck with me. But the thing that Liz was talking about kind of this restlessness and always wanting to go do things and get kicks and see something else. I've always felt that way. I mean, not not to the dysfunctional extent that they are on this book, but
Well, maybe, but we just won't talk about that.
yeah, yeah, we'll leave that. We'll leave those
Just
leave
kidding.
those alone. But yeah, that really resonated with me, and more as I, get older to that idea because you do more things and things, you get used to them or you've done that before and just always have that restlessness to go do something else.
Yeah. There's got to be like a compromise in life between like structure and chaos, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like everyone's got to find their own middle ground. Like, you need some kind of structure to your life, but also it's
Sure.
like if you have too much structure, you get that itch, and it's like I need something new. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like it reminds me of like a dog or a cat. It's like all they want to do is come in and out of the door. It's like
Yeah.
they don't actually want to go outside. They just want to be in a constant state of going in between things.
it's
Good observation. My cats do that like every day.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's kind of like the plot structure of the book.
yeah,
It's like, oh, we're bored. Let's go to the coast. Or like, oh, we haven't seen Chicago. I'm like, Dean hasn't seen Chicago, but I mean,
yeah, yeah. It's not even about where they're going. It's very much about the journey for these
yeah. Oh
characters.
yeah. Yeah. And I love how like, I mean, of course, like we mentioned all the like phobias and stuff, but like I love how just like Kerouac, he's a great travel writer. He just like lets you like soak in the environment, no matter if it's like when they were in like Wyoming or like Montana or the great cities, San Francisco and Chicago, New York, New Orleans. I love how little like the LA I used to live in SoCal and I love the like LA really hasn't changed that much.
Hmm.
Like definitely, we got the freeway and everything, but it's just like, yeah, like everybody's trying to, maybe more so like the influencers now than, back then it was just like the era of the movie stars, the golden age, starting to get in the golden age of the pictures. And it's just like, yeah, it's not a lot has changed. What the heck?
Yeah.
It's like
That's funny.
crazy.
It's interesting that you picked up on that. I actually wrote down one of the quotes. It said, he said that LA is the loneliest and most brutal of American cities. And I thought
Yeah.
that was the way to describe it. I don't think I want to go to LA if that's the way it is. I'm happy in Nashville.
Yeah, I mean, I lived there when I was a kid, so I got some kind of like nostalgic love for it. But yeah, like every time I go back, I'm just like, oh man, like ugh. Just sitting, it takes me 3 hours to get the damn rental car from LAX. Like God, like
Yeah.
5 hours to get one double double. Like I'm just like, it's so, just
That's cool that you pointed out like something that has stayed the same because it's really obvious to see the ways in which things have changed, you know. It's like so much is different from when this was written to now. So that's cool that there is some commonality between like LA, for example.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do they go to Vegas or no? Like for a second, maybe.
I
They
don't
go
know
through the
Vegas. Did it
desert.
drive through Reno, maybe?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess Vegas hadn't really built up when this book was written,
Hmm.
as far as I know. I don't know.
I do know I did a little research too, and this was a very influential work to a lot of specifically music artists. Like Jim Morrison of The Doors was really into Kerouac. Um, John Lennon brought it up. More recently, like Tom Waits really drew inspiration from Kerouac. I fucking love Tom Waits.
Oh, yeah, he's a Kerouac character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I thought that was cool. It's like it's a novel for rock stars. Like a lot of them, you could like, especially with this being so old, it's like came out like 57. So
Yeah.
it's like that influenced some of like the like legacy rock stars. This was like an influence for them, like in the 60s. It's kind of crazy just how old this book is.
It really is 75 years approximately. That's amazing. And it's funny that you mentioned like the musicians that love the book. There's also some authors that hated it, like Truman Capote, who wrote In Cold Blood. He said, "This isn't writing; it's typing."
Oh man, that's harsh.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's I would say especially like going back in time, writers be pretty critical of each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was just like he saw this new movement coming up and he was like, nah. Like, no.
Yeah. That kind of like critique between authors that reminds me of we did Brave New World last month, and when 1984 came out, Huxley had a lot to say to Orwell, like in a letter he wrote, like, great book, here's what you missed. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see this book not being, you know, for everyone. It's not structured, you know, like it could easily be something that people don't like, right? I found it like just kind of like a time capsule, interesting, like as y'all pointed out, the descriptions of areas and sort of especially in a certain point of time, I thought was really interesting. Um, it's kind of like the story exists to show you the world, um, and this them moving through different places.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a slut for like the Vice documentaries, like where they're traveling, like jumping the rail cars, and like of course, like Anthony Bourdain, going to different, and it was I kind of got that same vibe, and like kind of in the past.
I like that comparison a lot.
Yeah.
Bourdain's kind of like a newer version of that.
I think he was a fan. I don't quote me. I
Hmm.
know he liked Hunter S. Thompson, but
I can see that.
yeah, but I assume I think he's a fan. I don't know. Like, don't quote, but I've 90% chance he's a fan.
Yeah, I can see that. He's a little gonzo journalism himself. Hell yeah. Um,
Did you guys pick up on like who influenced Kerouac with his writing?
Tom Wolfe.
Very good.
Yeah, because there's a scene where we're like, I don't know, I think I forget who's critiquing it. Because I like the travel scenes better than them like trying to do their philosophy or whatever. But there was one scene like where he was saying like, I don't know if it was Dean or someone, they probably Carlo Marx saying like, oh, you're just ripping off Tom Wolfe. And like
That's funny.
yeah, like I like it. It was a little self-deprecation.
Yeah, that's cool. A little
I know.
self-awareness.
Yeah, I know. Like his Kerouac's letters between himself and Neil Cassidy, so between Sal and Dean, that was very inspirational to him as well. And I think Burroughs sent him like early manuscripts of Junkie and Queer that really inspired him as well. So it's kind of cool to see how a lot of those writers like influenced each other.
That is cool. So Leslie, you mentioned that a lot of this is autobiographical and based on his own experiences. When he's on the road, is he like linking up with these other authors and characters?
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know as far as Neil Cassidy was concerned, yes, because Neil is from Denver, was from Denver originally, and Kerouac was over in like New Jersey, New York area. So traveled out west and just getting together with him, and they would like write letters back and forth. The in between, some of those characters, I wonder who they are actually based off of. Some of them may be real people, but don't quote me on that. So.
You know, it's funny, like they have like these very shallow relationships with the women in the book, but they have like crazy bromance with each other. Like it's not that there it's like that there's like homoerotic tension there, like sexual. Yeah. Okay. All right. Fine. Yeah. I mean, like it doesn't go into like a sexual place, but they definitely like love each other. Like y'all would be in a relationship but like they don't like ever really, maybe Sal does, but like definitely not Dean, like never really has any like meaningful relationship with women. It's only the men in the book. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't gonna call it like homoerotic, but you did, so I'll just jump on board with that. Yeah.
Oh, big time.
They do be broing out.
Yeah.
Romance for sure.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see like Sal's like progression through the book, where he's like kind of idolizing Dean at the beginning of it. And then by the end of it, he's like really sick of Dean and is like, Dean is an asshole, like, and he admits it, but he's like, yeah, totally enthralled with him. And then like, I think he talks about how like a year went by and he didn't see Dean and he was so excited to see him again. But then, yeah, on the other side of it, he's like, nah, you're too crazy, get away.
Yeah. Yeah, they have their up and downs. Like I remember at one time he like snapped at Dean and made Dean cry. And then like while he was right, like he caved and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Dean. Like I didn't mean it." But it's like, no, like fuck him.
that was in New Orleans, right?
I think so.
All this shit was going down in New Orleans, like, which is
that's just
always
does.
Right? That's just that city. I mean, just even now, it's just
this more so this conversation, but like the book too, like makes me want to go travel now.
Like, big time. I know it's such a cliche, but I'm like, yeah, like
wanderlust.
Yeah. But then I look at the gas prices.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah.
You know, right, I'm just gonna stay home.
they didn't. I wish Megabus had more. Like, I feel like I don't know. I used to do the Megabus from when I was in grad school from Louisville to Chicago, and I don't know. I had some. It was great. It was like $3, and I'm like, but it went away because of COVID. But yeah, I had some experiences like dudes like legs over me in the middle of the night and like getting stuck at a Waffle House in Chattanooga on the way to Atlanta. Like it had some on the road energy.
Hell yeah.
But sadly, because late capitalism, it just the route like they're like, oh yeah, Tennessee, not.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not the means to travel like they were doing, like whether it's buses, like public transportation stuff, or like even just like hitchhiking, like not really an option anymore. Like
everything's so expensive. Like even the cheap buses on like the East Coast have gone way up, and
I can't imagine like it's like you like imagine getting in the car with a complete stranger. sounds insane
Yeah,
to me.
but they were just doing it all the time. It was just like it was like their Uber, you know? It was
Yeah.
just like
I feel like
Getting in
I
the
don't
car
know.
with Dean.
Yeah.
Sounds
Say
terrible.
what? What'd you say?
Oh, I said
Uh,
getting in the car with Dean sounds terrifying.
oh yeah, yeah. He's so reckless on the road.
yeah, the Chicago. I'm like, dang, this guy's wow.
There was that one part where they raced. I think it was on the way to San Francisco, and they
Yeah.
raced that guy for like 80 miles.
Oh yeah.
And it's like they're like narrowly avoiding death, and it's like you're not just playing with your life; you're like playing with other people's lives too. Like,
Yeah, the Chicago one, they're like Jesuit priests on there, and
yeah,
he's like NPC to them, like NPCs.
Yeah.
Like
Liz mentioned this earlier, but like all the descriptions of jazz were really cool. I also really liked all of that. I miss jazz. We need more jazz in our lives. That's like definitely jazz is the soundtrack of this book. Like that's
Yeah.
what is playing in the air as all of this is taking place.
Somebody needs to make a like a playlist of that. That would be great.
oh, for sure,
Yeah.
there's one. There's one on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did anyone
I know
pick
a lot of the artists that they mentioned in the book. There were a ton of jazz artists that I had never heard of. But yeah, I would be curious to go back and see if you could hear some of those.
Hmm.
I assume
I
they're
found-
real people.
I found one. I think it's mentioned at the beginning. A specific Charlie Parker. Charlie Parker. That's her name?
Oh, he's like the goat.
Yeah.
He's so good.
There was I used it for the post to go with the poster. I can't remember the ornithology, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Because the he had a Clint Eastwood did a biopic called The Bird.
Hmm.
Bird. It came out in the 80s.
Oh,
Biopic.
cool.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that, it's like I'm like Clint Eastwood made this movie, like it's so good.
Hell yeah.
He was channeling something, I guess.
I like biopics.
Yeah, it's a really good one. It's a really good one. Yeah, I'm hit or miss on it, but I think I think there was enough space and time and not a like hagiography, so it was really good. 'Cause
Nice.
he was such a legend, but he had such a rough life with heroin and dealing with like life in the 30s.
Charlie Parker.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of those jazz guys did. Like, why am I blanking on his name?
Miles Davis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like genius, like one of the best musicians of all time, like very formative for pretty much every genre
Yeah. Oh
came
yeah.
after that, but like very much like struggling with his own addiction
Addictions,
and like maintaining relationships and just kind of being a piece of shit. Kind of comes with the territory, it
Yeah.
seems like.
He gets that genius pass though.
Yeah.
of addiction? Were you aware that Kerouac died 12 years after On the Road was published? He died
Oh,
in
for sure.
1969 of abdominal hemorrhaging due to alcoholism. And
Yeah.
Wow.
like,
I'm
when
not
you're-
surprised.
When you're reading the book, he mentions we just had to stop for whiskey again. Like so many times, I'm like whiskey, whiskey, whiskey. Oh yeah, more. Oh, tonight's wine night. Something interesting that I picked up on. But another thing I picked up on was that he was really a fan of ice cream. Did you get that? Like they break into like
There's one great description where he's like the best ice cream I ever had, the peach. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
Like,
he really digs ice
awesome.
cream.
I love that. That's so wholesome.
I didn't realize that he died shortly after this. Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. He wasn't that old, so yeah.
Yeah, because Burroughs and Ginsberg was like so long. Bill Clinton was out here putting like medals across Ginsberg's neck, like
Damn.
But yeah, Kerouac was the burnout because he did write a ton of other books after. Yeah, I think really On the Road really like catapulted him because he did like Dharma Bombs and like was just lighted out.
Yeah, I believe.
Right.
Of his other works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, was it?
he was writing like Town in the City around the same time that he tried to start On the Road, or something
Yeah.
like that, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like his first one that didn't get as much love. That was like that self-produced album, that EP that you're still working out your sound, but then boom, on the road, classic.
On that note, Kerouac actually released some music too.
What?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I gotta look for those in the archive
I didn't know
tomorrow.
that. That's cool.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to find. I was trying to so like whenever you make a post on Instagram, you can attach music
Yeah,
to it,
yeah,
but
for sure.
it pulls it from Spotify, and none of his stuff was available
Oh,
on
damn.
there. So it might be hard to find, but I did.
I'm gonna check the archive tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
He
assume
did
it's
release some
jazz.
music.
Is that what it is? Is jazz? What is
You
he?
know what? I
music?
didn't listen to any of it. I just I saw that he did release some music, so I'm not really sure.
Is it like spoken? I don't know. I'll see.
I have no idea. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be interesting to look into. If you find out more about that, let me know. Yeah, yeah. He released at least a couple songs.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I know Burroughs and like Kurt Cobain were like buddies.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn,
That's how long he lived.
they
Yeah.
hung around.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we'll do some Burroughs at some point.
Yeah.
Be
Ooh,
cool.
his life is insane though, man. Like not in a good way. But
Is he the one who shot his wife?
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I saw that. What film is that? They did a movie about it. Not the I can't remember. There's a film where that happens.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It's all good.
That's I think that's pretty much all I had, but I mean, I'm not trying to wrap it up if y'all have more to say.
No, I think I'm
Yeah.
good.
I mean, yeah, it kind of is, I mean, like you were saying, it's just sort of this manic cruise through a bunch of you know, wild times mostly, and it's not a lot of character development. But yeah, interesting. I wouldn't want every book to be like this, but it's definitely good that there's one like that, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
I love. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I wonder how many like college students were inspired to want to travel the country after reading this.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like a great thing in this book is there's just like the lack of the internal, like kind of like when you read it, like, long stretches, it kind of like in your own like practice, I'm like, bye internal editor. Like I'm just gonna cook a little bit. I get the same thing like when I read like Hunter S. Thompson. I'm just like who needs editors? Who needs it? I'm just gonna, because Hunter S. Thompson famously, I think he like would literally like he had some kind of contraption where he would like a fax machine where he would just like type out like type out stuff and it would go straight to Jan Winter's office at Rolling Stone or whoever editor they had, and they would just put it in the magazine. And just like sometimes, I mean, editing's great. Like there is a bit of a structure to this, but like sometimes you just gotta flow.
Like stream of consciousness.
Yeah. But it's really good. It's not like bad stream. It's like wow, like I like this book, overall, but I love it on like an individual sentence paragraph level. Except maybe when Dean is running his mouth, I'm like, okay. But I do love that beat is short for beatific, like the spiritual. Because people always forget. It's like,
okay, cool.
Yeah, like the spiritual element.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk like there's like a lot of spiritual components to this book.
Yeah. I kind of glazed my eyes were glazed in a little bit, but
yeah.
But
Dean is like a would-be prophet kind of. Like he's also just like not. He's really not, but like he's like that to Sal for a little while. It was just like, wow, this guy's so enlightened. It actually, some of the conversations between, I think it was it was Dean and Carlo Marx up late at night, and Sal's trying to sleep, and he's just like listening to them kind of like talk about the nature of existence like all night. Reminds me of a lot of conversations we've had like on and off this podcast. This is like just crazy ramblings about like the nature of reality. That part I could definitely relate to. It's a lot of just like armchair philosophy stuff.
No, it is fun. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's like you're overhearing, you're eavesdropping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like he's trying to set out like this is the way. He's just like, oh, this is like, this is how we would kill time. We weren't
Yeah.
doing great, like drinking beer and trying to get women or trying to find the next car, trying to find money.
Yeah.
This is also what we talked about.
Yeah, they're like having kind of like intellectual conversations. And I mean that's one of my favorite things to do is just like um just get people together and talk about the nature of reality, even though like none of us are really qualified to speak on it.
But it's the best. And
Yeah.
especially it's good that you have that humility and stuff. You're not out here like trying to be like, yeah, Mr. Super Professor.
Got it all figured out.
Yeah, because those are the people you want to, stay away from.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say one of the last things I was going to leave you with before I hop off. One of my favorite lines from the book kind of describes the book as a whole, as far as from Sal's perspective. He says, "My whole life was a haunted life, the life of a ghost. I was halfway across America at the dividing line between the east of my youth and the west of my future." I thought that was really cool. And it kind of sums up like that time in a young person's life when they're like between being, before full adulthood hits and wanting to travel and experience and find new beginnings.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the little kind of like Logan said, the word, the like sentence by sentence, like there's some just beautiful prose throughout this book, like what you just pointed out.
The typing review is so off base. Like someone was salty. Like, and actually it's kind of funny, like that review actually like put me off the book for a while.
Really?
I like the other beats. I like Ginsberg, I like Burroughs, and I'm like, you know what? But then I'm like, dude, fuck you, Truman Capote.
Yeah. I love recommendations like this because this is not really something I would go out of my way to read, but I'm really glad I did, like it makes me a more well-rounded reader, like especially going through like the classics like this. Like we haven't done a lot of beat era stuff.
That stuff's so fun.
Really cool.
That was like my favorite from like age like 18 to like 20. That was my shit.
Hell yeah.
But I didn't read On the Road. I was reading all the other stuff and I'm like,
nah. Next month we're going back to Stephen King's Dark Tower series.
Fuck yeah.
For book 3. Do you remember what that one's called?
I do not, but I was at McKay's and I'm like, should I get the next one? When are we doing this stuff?
Yeah, I believe I'm like 95% sure we're doing that end of next month.
Okay.
I will let you know for sure.
Sweet. I'm excited.
Yeah, we can't wait till December. We gotta get to that.
Thank you. Yeah. Because I'm gonna forget.
Yeah. So I haven't posted it yet. We do have like the next quarter planned out. So we're gonna do the third Stephen King's Dark Tower series, returning to that for the third book. Then we're doing I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
Oh yeah.
I haven't read that. I can't remember the author's name. And then we're continuing our tradition of Dune in June. We're going to read Dune Messiah.
Oh yeah. I've never read that. I've been meaning to read that before the new movie.
That's my favorite one.
Okay.
Yeah. That one's one like people do or don't like that one. It's very different from the first Dune.
I'm so glad it's getting adapted.
It'll be hard to do because there's a lot in there that like it's almost like trying to do Blood Meridian. There's a lot of things you just can't show.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see what they do with it. They've already broke it off of the canon with the second Dune movie, so it'll be interesting to see what direction.
Yeah, Villeneuve just doing his own thing.
Yeah,
maybe, which is okay. I mean,
I know the third Dune movie is coming out this year, I believe. So I don't know if that'll line up with your June.
Yeah, December. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Warner Brothers for, Avengers Doomsday is coming out that same day, and they're like, screw you guys. We're gonna have our movie come out on the same day. Like,
oh, that's awesome.
I like it. Just that the Disney Warner Brothers rivalry. eternal like battle. Like, no, we're not gonna back down.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh, they're gonna absolutely crush the Avengers movie.
yeah. Probably not at the box office though. But
Really? You don't think so?
I don't. I
Do
mean,
people go see Marvel movies?
yeah, yeah. Like I don't want to. I was gonna say subvert people, but yeah.
I feel like that was cool. Like when the Iron Man movie came out,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, they
like
were cool, but yeah, but
the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans. I was here
yeah,
for that.
I feel like there is a lot of fatigue, but
Yeah,
I don't know. Like,
yeah.
we'll see. It'll be interesting. Yeah, like seeing them battle it out, like these giant corporate, like I was gonna say Godzilla and King Kong were like, pretty much,
Yeah.
battle it out, and that'll be a really interesting double feature to do. But you just like camp out at the movies.
Yeah, go see them back to back. Be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, be like
It's
7 hours.
like a Barbenheimer.
Yeah, but like even longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
Hell yeah.
But I'll probably do that actually.
Well, anything else before we go?
Just thank you for having us on. Appreciate it. It was fun to reread this book.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Oh yeah, thank you all
Glad
so
I
much for coming.
finally got around to reading this.
Yeah, and thanks again, Liz, for the recommendation. I had a lot of fun with this.
Yeah.
So glad you liked it.
Yeah.
In Indy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Man, it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be low of 26 tomorrow.
Oof.
Gee, I'm not ready for that.
Well, go see Cassette Stress on the road, stream their music. Same with Morning Candle. Leslie has some shows coming up here in Nashville throughout April. Definitely go check those out. And check out Logan's new podcast, CD Changer, coming out soon.
CD Changer Pod on Instagram. I've not made the account yet, but probably tonight.
Oh,
Nice.
and come to Bunny Roo next Friday.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Turning 30.
Yay.
And where we got a bunch of sick bands. I just got these t-shirts in. Really happy with the way they turned out.
So you'll have that there as well?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. I'll have a bunch of these. Yeah, that's going to be a great show. Neef did a really good job with the lineup's just absolutely ridiculous. So don't be late. Music starts at 7. You're not going to want to miss Christian Northover going first. He does this really cool drums and effects pedals thing. So,
yeah.
It's going to be really, really nuts. But yeah, we will see you next time.
Yeah.
See you next time.
See y'all.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Yep.